I recently watched somebody play, I'm gonna go ahead and shame them. I recently watched James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd. He played Battletoads in the Turbo Tunnel because he kept falling through the floor. Well, I'm gonna demonstrate what I think, and is highly likely. Goddamn shift key. How the floor works in that game. So I have a little mock-up here. And we will make that one side ta-da! Problem kinda solved. Anyway, from what I understand, is that the game works like a straight line, whatever altitude you're on, kinda like Golden Axe. So if you jump from down here, then a straight line goes across. I don't know, blue works okay, so blue. So if you jump from that height, you have to land at least on that height over here. So basically, if you land here, you will fall through. On the other hand, if you jump from way up here, and this is where the problem comes in. If you jump from way up here, then you will have to land at least right here on this side. Which means if you aim for that part, you're gonna fall through. If you land here, you'll fall through. If you land here, you'll fall through. Honestly, if you land in this area, you'll probably fall through. Best to just hit the middle anyway, you know? So basically, it works. That's not what I wanted to do. So basically, it works like this. If you jump from that height, you have to land at that height. If you jump from that height, you have to land from that height. If you jump from up here, you have to land up here. The inconsistency is seeing this huge area you can land on, but if you jump from up here, you have to land up here. You cannot land in all this area. This entire area is kill zone. As a matter of fact, if the bottom of your board's right here, whenever you come down, you probably won't get on the edge. You'll probably just fall straight through. Now, it'll look like your character, jumps, wee, and he lands here and he makes it. But since you're not on that edge, you fall through. Now, you're already falling. You've missed your point. But you keep on falling, and it looks like you're landing, but no shadow. That's the important part to notice also. There's no shadow. The shadow's important. I'll get to that in a moment. So it looks like you're landing and landing and landing infinitely, and you just fall off. It's because you missed your point right there. Likewise, if you're down here, you can land there and, still fall through. You need to land, closer to here. If you do it in the middle, you still have to land in the middle. You can't land on the, edge of the bottom because it makes you fall through. That's where the falling through thing comes in. The other thing is the shadow. Alright, so if you were to jump, let's say from up here, when you jump, you're going to go through the air. When you're right here, one of the ways you're going to know for a fact that I'm right, which I'm always right, is your shadow will not appear down there. It's because you jump from way up here, you have to land way up here. Assuming you're way over here, give me a second. Assuming you're way over here, you'll start to see your shadow appear there. What I recommend is never jumping from the very top, because that whole area there is useless to you if you do that. Try jumping from the middle, maybe towards the bottom, not all the way at the bottom though, because then you get the vague, feeling that you can land anywhere. I would just do it from middle, and I wouldn't go up or down while you're jumping. I would just jump straight to straight, no up or down at all. Now the trick is, when the screen's coming by, what you want to do is jump really far forward. Now, I know there's a gap over here somewhere, but you need to jump really far forward. And when you see your shadow down hither, you need to follow the ground and bring it back just a little bit until your shadow lands with the ground. So pressing the forward button as hard as you can is important. And then once you're over the platform, then bring it back and then jump again. And when you jump again, you press forward as hard as you can until you see your shadow and you bring it back. And you make sure the entire time you're jumping that you're like in the middle or maybe towards the bottom, but never towards the top. Because the top is a pain in the ass. If you jump from the top, you're going to try to land here and it's just going to fall through. If you jump from the top and you notice you jump from the top, then your best bet is to just land as far in as possible so you have no chance of landing too early. Now, I know there's a ledge over here, so if you land too far over, then you can't hop again and you'll fall in the hole. But even with that being said, you're probably better off landing farther on the platform and falling off than you are landing early, because if you land early, you're fucked either way. If you land late, you at least have a chance. Now I will combine this video with some gameplay. Hopefully it'll work. Motherfucker. You son of a bitch. Sons of bitches don't want to give up. Wow, it's amazing he has more vertical range than I do. So, with that being demonstrated, you can start up here and you can fall right about there. But if you start up here, oops, my bad. If you start up here, you can go down, further over, down, even further over. Down here, you can go all the way to over here. Even though you can only, go as far as here. The difference is amazing. You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this shit. Oop. Yeah. Whatever, I'm going to start saving more often. To hide my badness. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I'm just failing more often now. Ah, come on. Son of a... This is not fair. Oh. Oh. Damn it, this is embarrassing. Ah. How can I be so good at this but be so bad? I'm bad at the walls more than I am the jumps. Oh. 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 Oh, come on. Oh. Tricked. No treat, just tricked. Alright. So now I gotta dodge these assholes. Including one of those guys. Alright. Oh, I didn't even bother jumping. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Aw, I landed too early, see? Alright, so you just gotta land kinda late. And you gotta jump right. You gotta do those two things. You have to jump in the first place, you know. Ah. And if you jump from the bottom part, then you can pretty much land anywhere because you can see your shadow. See? If you jump from the middle, you just have to make sure to jump. See? If you jump at the bottom, your shadow shows up at the bottom. No problem. Except if you land early like I just did. If you do it at the middle, you have to make sure your shadow lands in the middle. You can't use the bottom part of the slope. Whoop. And if you use the top part, it's the... It's the most of a bitch. Because you have only that little shadow to use. That's why up is bad. And you can use the top part, watch. It's just make note of the shadow. You don't see the shadow at the bottom part. You literally have that little tiny ass part to use. Isn't that booked up? So you can do it. And I'm going to do it at least one time at the top part. I know you can do it, god damn it. Maybe you can't do it. Maybe it's impossible to do it from the top, actually. Because the bottom of the screen gives you a lot to land on. With the top, anything that's not that narrow part on the top is a kill zone. Both of the slope parts, they're kill zones, you know? No wonder this bitch seems hard. Yeah, if you do it from the top, you're in for an ass kicking. Come on, make it, make it, make it. Dude, it should be a separate tournament to see who can do it from the top of the goddamn screen. I'm making this needlessly long by trying this. Needlessly long. I'm a retard. Hey, don't quote me on that. Woo! Woo! All of that compared to doing it at the bottom of the screen. It's just ridiculous. You don't even need to do anything at the bottom of the screen. The only problem with the top of the screen isn't landing on it. It's having enough time to jump again. You see, the Angry Video Game Nerd had basis for his argument about the game being bad about hit detection. Oh. Because if you try it this way, and it looks graphically like it's, you know, the way the game works. But if you try it this way, it's a pain in the ass. Oh man. It's impossible. It's like the jump at the end of Terminator 2 possible. Jesus Christ, it's like a freaking super jump cancel with fucking Sea Viper and goddamn Street Fighter impossible. Yeah, I'm talking about the new Street Fighter. And I don't see how people do that shit. Like comboing the goddamn high jump into an ultra by canceling it. Or canceling dashes into hard punches as El Fuerte. Son of a bitch. Ugh, right in the top of the fucking screen. Ugh. I'm so tired of hearing this music. It's worse when you load the game like a fucking cheat save. Son of a bitch. It seems like the more up you press, the more fucked you are. God damn it. Harder than Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I swear to God. And it's only 5 jumps. freaking hard. I dare anybody at home to try this. I fucking do. I fucking dare anybody at home to try that. Fuck this game. Get off my fucking screen.